And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved on the road to Tier 4. Oh, this was a little deeper than I thought it was going to be. Okay, now that we're down here, let's ping unknown again and see... there is something else down here. It looks like it might be right below... Yes, there's iron. It was right below the bedrock. So let's hop back up here and scan that really quick. And see how big that vein was. It looked like a pretty good sized vein, which would be awesome. I'm hearing that whistle. I could ping air. So there's some air out there. That's probably where that's coming from. But let's scan this ore vein. 1.6 million. That is a good size to start. It's probably not going to last the whole game, considering how much iron rails take. But it should be pretty good. And it's a good amount. Let's put a light down here to tell us where the end is, so I don't end up killing myself on that. I have another extractor, but I don't have any sort of hopper system yet. One thing I could do, let's put the drill right here. Let's add a little bit of power to it and see how much material we have up there. I might be able to squeeze a storage hopper from somewhere. Let's zip up here. I might be able to steal it from the coal. Oh, I fell down another hole. It's got holes everywhere. Can I make a logistics hopper? I can. So I'm going to steal this hopper and place it on here. That way it'll load 2 and just keep 2 in there. And it'll be good. It'll be really good. So now I've got another storage hopper. And I can go down there and add it to there. On my way down, I want to dig... I put it right in the middle. So let's dig right down the middle. I'm not sure how far down this goes. There it is. Okay, so there is my smelter. I'm going to put the hopper right next to it. And this should, see, we're down at minus 65, which is still above the level that Minox spawns. So we're still pretty good here. And let's just dig out. So that's 3, 2, 3. So there is. That's. I need to go one more set out. This should give us an idea of where the mine shaft will have to be processed here, because this is going to cover a lot of the mine shaft, and that's always the thing. When you dig a mine shaft, you're always going to come up to ore that is going to be in the way. So that is something that really can't be helped. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's another batch of tin down here as well, it looks like. Is this a big vein too? It is a pretty sizable vein. So this mine shaft is going to be kind of cluttered, but as long as there's a way through, I don't mind. That's why a 9x9 is a good size, because odds are you're not going to hit a vein that will just consume the entire size of the mine shaft. So there is essentially the mine shaft there. So if I do another ping unknown, looks like that's I'm guessing that's sand over there, or maybe just plain rock. I might have come across plain rock already, but we are almost out of power, so I've got to zip up here and recharge. Zip over here. It'll be nice when Arthur can hold more power. That really helps the process. Okay, let's grab what we have, and we should have enough for more conveyors. So I want to actually break this one before more comes in, because that is just painful. How many more do we have? 13, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we should have enough. And one smelter can basically, once you start upgrading the drill heads, one smelter does a pretty good job of keeping up with 2 veins, depending on the drill heads that you use. There we go. So now we've got tin able to be processed a lot faster. So now let's look at possibly using some drill heads. The drill motors, I mean. So we need iron for these, and that is that is the big crux of it here, is we need iron for these drill motors. So I'm gonna need I got something caught in my throat. I'm gonna need to figure out how best to process all of this stuff, because the iron is really deep and it's way down there. So we're gonna need some more transmission here, and these also need iron. So I'm gonna have to do a couple runs of gathering iron ore before I'm able to automate that, which is fine. I don't mind at all that we have to run down there to grab it. But the problem is power. Putting enough power into that thing so it can run a while is a challenge, especially when my own power is struggling. So this would be nice. That would be really nice, but I can't do that one yet. A battery core for Arthur would be phenomenal. He could hold so much more power. But we need lithium too, and that's one of the things that we're going to need to find in our hunt for the materials, is a lithium vein that's worthy of exploiting. Okay, well, this is got 52, so let's add some power that we can. Okay, let's go over here, zip up, and add iron into our stock here. So now we're able to smelt iron, and that will give us access to a whole range of upgrades that will be able to speed up the process. So right now I think these are pulling like 4 ore at a time. Yeah, it's pulling 4 ore every 30 seconds. The miner drill increases that, but also dramatically increases the power usage. So that is an issue that we're going to have to overcome. With some of our wood, I think I'm going to... These are all the hoppers from Tricky's Hopper Mod. 2001 type hopper. Awesome hopper. Very expensive, but awesome. I don't have storage crates. There they are. Oh, I'm running out of power. Okay, storage crate. Build these in groups of 5s. Just as a... So I want 20 of these. And just put them wherever, I guess. It doesn't really matter. So 4x4, that's 16. I've got 20. So I'm going to need 4 below here. And that way, you build them in groups of 5s because it's 5 across. So it allows you to kind of build them. I'm just going to put the stuff I can't use away for now. So I'm going to need to reset where all this stuff goes because I moved it all. Kind of keep... There are ways you can order your inventory, but I don't do that. I keep my bars on one line. I keep all my upgrades and stuff on the bottom, as well as my raw materials. So bedrock I'm definitely going to want to keep. Coal is going to come down here. And good to go. So there's a bunch of iron. With iron we can actually start making our own storage hoppers. So we're going to want a bunch of that. So drills, how expensive are drills? We can actually make one of these now. Can we make 2? We can make 2. So 1, 2. So this is going to increase the power. Remember, these only are 0.9. So we got to be careful. See, 0.94. Now these are going to start exceeding the amount of power these crappy little lasers can provide. So that is an issue. But now we've just doubled the amount of ore this is going to pull out. So every cycle when this thing goes around now, it's going to pull out twice as much. So instead of pulling out 4, it's going to pull out 8, obviously. So that will help increase the amount of bars that we're going to be pulling out at any given time. The only one left is iron, which is down there, but that doesn't have power yet. So the power for these is kind of a problem. Because these just cannot produce power fast enough. So I want to try to augment that before we get upgraded power. The next level of powered transmission is plenty for a while, but again it requires lithium and iron, and so we're going to need to find that material before we're able to process any of it. So how is this one doing here? It's got plenty of power. It's going to slowly trickle down. It's filled up with power because I didn't have it automated yet, so it filled up and it just had a surplus of power. So now we're actually able to smelt twice as much material and just give us a leg up when it comes to processing. As you can see, by the time this gets nearly done, yeah, it's just enough for the copper and the tin. Like I said, the iron is going to basically overload it and it won't be able to smelt it until we get a new cap, a new induction for that. So we're going to want laboratory next. Threat scanner I do want. Power core charger I want. Headlight I never do that because it never seems to work. I use the headlight with this on there and it seems to drain just as much power. So I'm not gonna bother with that. There's really no benefit to using it. Okay. Is this slowly trickling down? Yeah, it's slowly trickling down power. Okay, let's clear this away. And I want iron to go right there. Speaking of iron, let's go down and grab some and figure out how we're going to power it. Well, I power it, I can go right down this right here. But I'm going to need like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm probably going to need 4 laser power transmitters just to get down there. Because I need to kind of kitty corner it over. Yeah, I'm going to need at least 4. So that is a problem. But let's go see, before the episode wraps up, let's go see what that unknown was. So I'm going to sort of just drill my way. I have a nice little macro on my key or my mouse that digs really fast. So there's, yep, it's just plain rock. This texture here. So this is bedrock. This is just plain rock. That's all that was. So let's go scan that. I know rock isn't as fascinating as, say, something cool, but okay. There we go. I've also got to get used to the changes the grappling hook has been made into. So let's scan rock. And let's see. I need to find lithium. That is the big... It won on process scan. I already did that. Okay. So lithium is a little deeper than iron. And so we're going to need to figure out like 1, 2, 3. So this is a section of the mine shaft. I got 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So this is a section of the mine shaft. Again, this will all be mined out eventually. Once I get enough materials for the excavator as well as the power required to do it. So this is out of power, so let's just fill it with a little power, grab the iron that's there, and do I have enough to ping unknown? I do. See, there's nothing around here. Lithium is about, see, iron is about minus 60. Lithium is about minus 100. So you got to go down a little bit further for lithium. So let's just... Wow, it's way down here. So I'm guessing this is going to be lithium. Yep. And let's get out of here before I completely run out of power. So lithium is basically, when I play, lithium is like the biggest challenge. After you find lithium, the game the automation process is a lot easier, but lithium is the primary challenge because it's deep enough where Minox will start eating ore and feeding a hive, but it's early enough in the game where you don't have a whole lot of material or a whole lot of options because you need lithium. So it's kind of the the break even for struggling in early game. Once you get lithium, and you automate lithium, and you start getting a stockpile of it, basically the game becomes, you know, just a what to do next sort of situation. Kind of it's open to you, because it's a lot easier to explore because you have more power and all that kind of stuff. And it changes a little bit. The feeling of the game changes quite a bit. But that'll have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.